What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of that hobby show. With me, as always, Houston from Chasing the Graph. We are back at full strength this week. How's it going, brother?
Good, man. If I could stop going to these Sunday night wrestling shows, we'd be able to hang out more often.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's good though, because I mean, it gives you something to do and get out of the house. Because a lot of people, like, that are into baseball, they can't really go to any games right now. Uh, I don't know. Do people still go to basketball games or hockey games? I mean, not at least not in the circles that I run in,
Yeah.
and all the uh, like my friends that watch football, all the teams around here are out of it anyway. So I mean, yeah. But this week or this episode is called "This Week in the Hobby," but there has been so much drama in the hobby. I probably could have titled it "This Year in the Hobby." Uh, so would it this week? I guess the big thing was the what do you call it with the card grading where you send it to somebody and
Oh,
then that person is supposed to send the cards in the PSA for you,
yep.
but I guess the cards were sent
They never
with
quite made the PSA, from what I understand.
see, now I thought they got sent, but they weren't paid for. Because
That,
the way I've never sent any cards in to be graded. I've sent them in to get authenticated for autographs, and it was like you put the declared value of what you think the cards are, and that's what you pay. And then if the value of the cards change, usually if they go up, you have to pay more. And I don't think that happened, but yeah. But one of the group submitters, what is it, Card Collector 2? Like
Mhm.
he made it right, and he ate a huge chunk trying to get his customers their cards back, which good on him, but I still feel bad for him.
Yeah, and some people I didn't even see a single post about it. Just on my timeline, just scrolling, and it was in uh, I seen something about it on Facebook first, and then somebody started sharing some tweets into one of the group chats I'm in. And in the group chats, if you don't check it for 15, 20 minutes, there could be 10 unread messages, or there could be like 150, 160
Yeah.
unread messages. And so I thought I was kind of keeping up with some of it, but I think I was, way off, because judging by the post I seen on Facebook, the guy he didn't come straight out and say what had or had not happened, but the way he made the post sound is that the cards never even made it to PSA, and that they were being, sold elsewhere. And that could be false, or that could be true, but he never confirmed or denied, like, hey, they made it to PSA. Turns out, they were declared value was a little more, so there was a little more meat that had to be, added in or something like that. And then a couple of other people had interpreted it as this guy was accepting cards to, be submitted to PSA, but he was just selling them. So I don't know, but I think you're right. I think what I've seen the most of is that they didn't get paid, basically.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it wasn't like a small chunk of money either. It was a lot of money. And then speaking of money, I guess last week's drama was I don't know if you followed him at all, but he was Drew's Cards on Twitter.
Mhm.
Was is the key word. I guess he would it be considered embezzlement or uh, laundered money, millions of dollars, and
Yeah,
now
yeah,
he's going to jail for a few years.
yeah. The judge found him guilty on the two articles I read. It just said scamming, basically setting up companies that kind of didn't exist, so that would point towards laundering. I've watched a lot of Ozark, so I'm getting kind of more familiar with the laundering and businesses that exist but don't exist, and they all referred to it as scamming, and they had scammed, a lot of people out of about, I want to say it was like $8 million.
Hmm. Yeah, which is
He
insane.
and he was sentenced to 3 years in a federal prison for it, which is, I don't know if that was enough for $8 million, but I don't know the laws on that either. But
Yeah, yeah. We got a fan checking in. What's up, man? How's it going?
hello, hello.
Uh, yeah, and I guess he was also so he was selling cards as well, and he was what was it, like selling pre-orders or something, and then never I guess just kept the money, and then he was supposed to be issuing refunds. Some people's refunds went through, other people's didn't. Yeah, so it it's crazy though, because like you follow someone on Twitter or Facebook and you're like, oh, I think I know this person, and then yeah, something just crazy like that happens. It's yeah, it just blows my mind. And then what else? Oh, uh the gold Trevor Lawrence fiasco with backyard breaks. Is
I've
that
never seen
that's what that
something in
was?
the hobby make its way over to Facebook so fast and run wild on Facebook. Like if there's like a scammer or something like that that I see on Twitter, like in a Facebook group, I might see like one or two posts about it. But
Mhm.
I think the people on Facebook single-handedly made backyard breaks famous because of how much it was getting posted and videos are getting posted, and you know YouTube videos are getting posted. It was just wild.
Yeah, and the weird thing is, I guess this shows how out of touch I am, or like I'm glad I don't have as much social media as I thought I did. But apparently they're huge on like TikTok and shit. What's that other one that people were like they were breaking cards on, and
Whatnot.
then yeah, whatnot. Yeah, I don't even. Yeah, I'm glad I don't have those two, but I guess they're huge on that. And then, yeah, just that whole fiasco. I still don't know if the dude that got the gold Lawrence. I still think he's in on it. I don't trust it at all.
Yeah,
I don't.
that's an interesting take because Mo, like, sorry, somebody just sent me a
Oh,
Twitter DM, so I was trying to read it while it was up there. But I don't know. It's wild to me. The biggest thing is seeing people outright blatantly scamming people in the hobby, and there still people, like it happened with Drew, it happened with Backyard Breaks, like lay off these people, they're good people. It's like, I mean, they may be good people, if they saw a burning car, they might run and pull a person out of it, pull a baby out of it, but that doesn't make what they're doing any better. It doesn't, forgive them of anything.
yeah, 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 and that's yeah. I don't understand why somebody. Well, the only reason somebody would say that they're a good person is because they took care of you. As long as it's not me getting wronged, I don't give a shit what you do, type thing, you know?
And that's,
So yeah, yeah, that's like even, well, pretty much with any breaks where it's like, oh my god, he always pulls fire for me. And then on the opposite end of the spectrum, yeah, I got skunked in this break and the dude doesn't offer skunk protection. So, you know, because I mean,
yeah,
Yeah.
And I was gonna say along those same lines too. It's like I've never. I mean, if I maybe bought into brakes more, I would understand it. But I've never understood that part of, oh, everybody used so and so. He always pulls fire. Yeah, he may have pulled you three one on ones, but he may have pulled six other people all base card. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, it really doesn't have anything to do with the breaker. It's whatever team you pick, you know. I joined I joined back in the day, probably about 5 breaks, and then I kind of had my fill of it. It was exciting at first cuz I was me being a cheap ass, I was chasing an Ichiro autograph. I was like, well, I really don't want to spend $300 on an Ichiro autograph. Why don't I buy into 8 breaks at $50 a piece and try my luck there? And yeah, never got the Ichiro, never got because I'd always pick the Mariners, so never got an Ichiro, never got a Randy Johnson, never got a Griffey Jr. I think my best one was triple threads Kyle Seager autograph. So yeah, I took that $40 and turned it into $14 plus shipping because that's how much I sold the card for. But yeah, I mean, uh, unless you're buying like the Angels or the Braves or even the Nats, those are usually the top 3 most expensive teams in a break because of Trout, Otani, Soto, and Acuna.
Mm-hmm.
So of course, if you buy those guys, you're like, oh shit, I got a Trout. This is awesome. This is the best breaker ever. But I don't think people realize that. But I don't. I very rarely do breaks. And here's a funny story. My last break that I was in, I actually did really good. But here's the thing: it was a BOGO. Buy one team, get another free. The free team was random, so I did not hit anything with the teams that I bought. It was the random teams that I got the hits out of. So, I mean, if it wouldn't have been a BOGO, I would have got. I mean, the guy that I go through, he offers skunk protection, but I would have paid all that money and not gotten shit. And if the and it saved me that I actually got really good cards out of it. I think it was a Rod Carew autograph and a Luis Robert or Robert, however you pronounce it. So yeah, two autographs that I never gotten before. So I was happy about that. But
Yeah, it's and that's just the way it goes. You know, it's like you went from being like, oh man, this break is balls to like, oh shit, this isn't actually half bad.
yeah, yeah. And then the other crazy thing about it was back to backyard breaks. They pulled the card. Oh, this is a $25,000 card. Then I seen it was a $15,000 card. Then I seen it was a $20,000 card. It's like it blows my mind where they come up with these prices just out of the blue. You pull a card out of a pack and you instantly know how much it is, type thing. Which yeah, that's one of the things that I thought was funny. And then everybody just kept rolling with that insane 5-figure number that yeah, who knows? But Trevor Lawrence kind of looked like shit this year, so I doubt it'll be a $28,000 card. Who knows? Maybe he'll do better next year.
Yeah, and that you also have to. It's like, are they are they selling the grade? Or are they selling? Obviously it's not graded, obviously, but
Yeah,
are what it as a PSA 9, PSA 10, like, oh, the centering's good, the corners are sharp. This is a PSA 10. As a 10, it'll do 25,000. As a 9, it'll do 20,000. And as a raw card, it's maybe 1,500, 2 grand, maybe. Because I think I don't. I think it was numbered out of 25. I don't remember.
Yeah, I believe so. It was like 15 out of 25 or something.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've watched any of them, but I was watching, the replay of all the drama. Those dudes manhandle the shit out of those packs. Like the way they rip them open is insane. And people give me a hard time for using scissors, but I mean, I've only cut I've only cut the corner off a card once, and that was the first time, and I haven't had it happen since. And I would rather take my chances with scissors than those dudes and their sausage fingers ripping packs. But and then what else has happened? There's more. I just can't remember all of it. I should have written everything
I don't
down.
know if it was the same with the whole PSA submission and stuff, but Ryan's Cards LLC has me blocked anytime he blocked for a while, and this is not a complaint, so don't take it as that. Um, some people in a group chat I was in, they kept calling him the bad Ryan and then the good Ryan, so I don't know if those two things, but like I said, Ryan's Cards has me blocked, so I don't know what was going on, what the drama was. If people they don't screenshot stuff and send it into a group chat. They just share the tweet into it. So I
Yeah.
can't see 99% of it. So I
Mhm.
don't know if there was anything there or if it was just people getting Ryan's cards confused with the.
I think I think that might have been something with Card Collector too, because isn't he Ryan as well? There's like three people in the hobby, three like kind of prominent people in the hobby that are named Ryan. So it's
I'm not sure. I'd never even heard of cards too until
mhm.
this whole thing went down. We weren't following each other. And I really didn't even know they existed till this went down. And Drew's
Yeah.
cards, I had followed him and actually, interacted with him a couple of times. And he seemed, up until about 3 weeks ago, he seemed to be kind of gaining some steam as, like you were saying, as a pretty prominent member of the hobby. Now I'm questioning it, but I guess it was back in maybe like November or December. He sent a Mike Trout base rookie card to HGA, and it came back as like a 9 or a 9.5, and he literally sent it just to make heads spin and piss people off. And he did just that. Like people were trashing him, but he was like, "My card, my money. I'll do what I want to with it."
Yeah, I mean, if you're really not if you don't care about flipping it and you just want to protect it, because I mean, I haven't heard anybody say that HGA holders don't protect your card. I mean, they might be a little bit easier to crack, but I mean, unless you're out there, driving your truck over top of them, I don't see anything bad happening to the card being in that case. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I seen one post. This was, I mean, not too long after HCA first, became a thing and actually was gaining steam, where people were submitting to the point where they were selling out 1,500 spots in like 30 seconds. Somebody got their card back and they were shaking it, and you could hear it moving inside of it. But somebody on that post took a video of their card they had sent the PSA and shaking it. You could hear it moving inside of it. So six of one, half dozen of another at that point.
Yeah, and I think I don't have uh, yeah, this is an SGC. So I just happened to pull out a Willie Mays autograph. But it's not, it doesn't shake. But let me see. This one does. Beckett, Don Sut. I mean, you can hear it because I mean they're pieces of cardboard and they're all going to get cut differently. So I mean, I'm pretty sure that the standard case is more standard because it's probably made in a mold somewhere where uh, the measurements could be off like millimeters, centimeters, or whatever. But a card is probably more likely to be off a little bit more than, the actual case. Which I don't, I mean, it's not like they move around that much to really mess up the card too much. I wouldn't think. I mean, unless you're really manhandling, like I probably shook them too hard, but I mean, they're not going anywhere anyway. So yeah, but
And I
yeah,
can get giving them a little shake when you first get them back, and then if you're not happy with it, then maybe contacting PSA, Beckett, SGC, or whatever, and being like, "Hey, it's not really all that secure in here. Can we work something out?"
yeah,
But 99% of people, once they get their slab back, they put it in a team bag, stick it in like an Apache case or something else, and then forget about it until they're like, "Oh, damn, I really want to look at that Willie Mays autograph for a few minutes."
yeah. Or until they take it to the next show, so they can flip
Yeah.
it. So yeah, and I feel like there's three or four more other things that have happened, and I cannot, for the life of me, remember at all. Uh,
Yeah, I'm a lot of people have me blocked on Twitter, so I'm not complaining about that at all.
yeah, no, it probably makes your Twitter experience more enjoyable. Like today, I was actually not that I go around shit posting or anything like that, but I commented on a couple threads and actually talked to people, and that was actually enjoyable. And instead of being involved and all the drama and stuff, but and
Yeah,
then
I
oh
told
god,
my starting in like 2022, I was like, I'm not gonna really, troll people, and I'm not gonna clap back, that kind of thing. And there's been a couple of times where just since the beginning of the year where I post something and somebody comes back with a smart ass comment, I just literally comment back, okay, like cool, I appreciate that. And I've actually I've actually lost more followers since I stopped trolling than
really?
yeah. I think I've lost like 10 or 11 in just like the last like week, I think.
No, I don't even pay attention to the follower count or anything. So I mean, uh, yeah, I don't even know what my follower count is. It's always lower than what I think it is because I'm like, damn, I see all these people, or these people will talk to me, and then yeah, so I don't know. Maybe that's why I can't sell any cards. It has been very slow going, especially when I'm trying to sell. If I'm not trying to sell anything, it's like it seems like I can actually get rid of stuff. So maybe that's it. I don't know, but I can't wrap my head around it.
Yeah, I've had pretty much, I did that stack sale 2 weeks ago, I think,
Mhm.
and I got rid of a good amount of cards, and they're always fun to do, and people always, 25 cent, 50 card, 25 cent, 50 cent cards for people's PC, and some of them might buy them to throw up on eBay for 2, 3 bucks and try to make a little off of it, but that's pretty much it for me in the last month. In the last month, I think I've sold one card on eBay to where I sent offers to potential buyers, and then the stack sale, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think once we get moved into the new house and I actually have space, I think I'm really going to try to up the eBay game. I'm just worried about it because of people will be like, "What? Can I get more close-ups of the corners or the back?" and stuff like that. And yeah, that, and I got to figure out the standard envelope shipping, because I won't buy a card unless they're offering free shipping or standard envelope, because I'm not doing because I think prices went up again on bubble mailer, so I'm not doing $5 shipping for like my Asian cards that nobody cares about. It's just it's too expensive, and it eats into the bottom line.
Yeah, that's why I haven't bought any of the singles from the AEW set that have shown up on eBay, because there's a couple of like Cody Rhodes cards that I really want, just to get started and attempt to go after that rainbow. I don't think I'll ever finish it because some of the like even some of the short prints right now are like being offered, $400 now, buy it now or best offer, when they're not probably worth, 60 to 80 bucks on the high side. But there's a
Yeah.
couple of Rhodes cards I want that are like, $2, $3, 3.99, 2.99, and the shipping's 450, 560, and ain't no way.
Yeah. And once they come out, once they hit retail, there'll probably be another price bump again too, because they'll, even though it kind of doesn't make sense where, hey, there's more of these cards being released now, why are the prices still going up? Because that newness factor thing.
Everybody
uh,
wants that shiny thing.
yeah, yeah. But I mean, I honestly, if I actually see blasters at Walmart and they're reasonably priced, I will probably get a couple. But the other the other day I seen some Panini, the Elite Extra Edition. I love
Mm.
those cards. One of my favorites. Blaster box. There was only five, one pack, 5 cards per pack, and there was no price tag. And I was checking out, and I wasn't paying attention. And I looked at my bill. I was like, "Holy shit! Why's my bill so much?" A blaster of that was $29. I was like, "Holy shit!" Uh, but I was like, he already bought a jackass, so yeah.
I mean, I get it's Panini, and as far as I know, they're fairly undesirable cards and sets. I think the biggest thing is they usually come with 2 hits per blaster, though, like two
Yeah,
auto, one
I
auto,
had
one.
one autograph and one relic. Uh, the relic was okay. Nothing special. And then with their blasters, I believe it came with 2 pink border parallels. But me, I like them because they're minor. Well, the draft picks, minor league guys, and they don't airbrush out the college logos. So I think those are pretty cool. And usually, you get a couple cards that'll be serial numbered or something. And so, I mean, if you find them on eBay, they're usually, you know, $3 or $4, which if I had bought all the cards separately, it probably still would have been, well, I can almost guarantee it would have been cheaper than the
Yeah,
blaster. But I mean, it was fun to actually rip something. So yeah.
yeah. I really don't care for WWE product. Like, I mean, even watching it, but the AEW set was supposed to drop retail like last week or the week before, and then of course they pushed it back to the end of January. And so I'm like, I've like put off so many purchases, just hoping, just waiting for this set to drop. And then finally the other day, I was at Walmart and I was like, fuck it. I'll grab 2 WWE blasters just to itch that
Yeah,
scratch itch, whatever.
I got you. But yeah, like even I'm going to sound really old, but I don't know any of the people in WWE anymore. All the people that I've heard of gotten released, and then the people that still are in WWE, I never really cared for to begin with, you know? So I'd rather, buy the AEW shit. Or hell, if is TNA still around, I'd probably buy a TNA box before WWE because I know more guys in TNA, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, the TNA, they're just Impact now, and
Or yeah, Impact.
they release trading cards on their website, kind of like an every year thing. They'll do a series one, two. I want to say three and four. I know they do one, two, and three, but um, I can't remember what the number is. But you get like somewhere between like 28 and 32 cards with one guaranteed auto card for $30.
Oh, that's not bad at all. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Uh, they usually have 4 autographs in each set, and so I mean a guaranteed auto, and I get it's $1 per card, kinda at that point, but with a guaranteed auto I mean you can't really go wrong with it.
Nah, nah. And how much were the WWE blasters?
$20, 19.99 for
Oh, okay.
77 cards, I think it is.
Hmm, not bad.
Yeah, and I grabbed 2 blasters and pulled 2 used mat relic cards. So, I mean, I really can't complain with it. It was a fun rip.
Yeah,
Got
yeah.
a couple numbered cards, 2 relic cards. So I mean, it's about all you can ask for out of retail.
Yeah, yeah. Especially sounds like you got there before the dudes with the scales got there to weigh the boxes. So so where are you headed tonight? You said Firestar?
Yeah, we're going to 5 Star in Greensboro. Davey Richards is wrestling. He wrestled under the name Davey Richards, and it's either Wesley Richards or Richards Wesley. He was in WWE for a while, and I think he was in TNA for a while. And J.R. Miller from Nightmare Factory is going to be there. He's been on Dark 2 of the last 4 AEW Darks, I believe, and I chat with him every now and then. And so I'm basically just going to support the guys that have supported me, kind of a thing.
Yeah, yeah. Or do you have any cards to try and get signed?
Nah.
No, no. Well, you're going to have to get those business cards made so you can start handing them out at the shows, man.
Yeah, I know, and I've been looking at Walgreens a lot because I think it's like you can get 50 done same day for like $11 or something like that. But I just haven't really liked any of the designs, and I'm such an impatient asshole. I don't want to order some on Vistaprint and then wait, a week for them to come in, and
Mhm.
especially when I know I could have them in just a couple of hours for 11 or $12. But
Yeah,
it might be worth it to just go with Vista or somebody like that for a better design. But I don't know.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Hmm. Well, man, I hope you have a good time. Drive safe with all that white stuff you guys are getting over there. We don't have to worry about that here in Arizona. So
Ever.
sometimes it does snow and people lose their minds and everybody's outside taking pictures and trying to make a snow marble. you know, so yeah, but yeah, it does happen sometimes, and it kind of looks cool in the cacti with a snow covered cactus. Yeah,
I'd
yeah,
like to do that.
yeah, yeah. But you got anything you want to promote?
I threw up some of my Panthers autograph stuff just earlier today in hopes of making room for more wrestling stuff. I think it's all pretty reasonably priced, considering they all have 5, 8, 10 signatures on them. So if that's what you're into, scroll through, take a look, and buy some shit.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so you can get some more wrestling stuff. So, yeah, I put up a bunch of junk wax packs. 25 cents a pack. Nobody gives a shit. So, yeah, a couple hundred packs and nobody's even bitten. So, yeah, I'll just keep holding on to them. Some of them, it's really hard though. I want to rip into some of them and just say that I'm going to use it for TTM and then never do.
The
So,
justification.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But all right, man. So thank you to everyone. It was an early episode today, so maybe we'll get some more views on replay or
Yeah.
who knows. Yeah. But thank you to everyone that tuned in and who will be tuning in later. We will see you guys next weekend. And the awkward pause.